Up next on Women Talk Live, Detoxifying the V. And now it's Women Talk Live with April J, SassyScribe, and Tyra Hill.
Women Talk Live. 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 Women Talk Live.
And welcome back to Women's Talk Live. We already cutting up. But today's show is talking about detoxifying the V, okay?
Yes.
JJ, cookies, whatever. We was in here trying to figure it out. Right. Well, we know what not to say.
Right.
All right, and
Safe words.
and joining us today, we have Nakea Murphy. As Murray. I'm sorry. All right. And she's going to be talking to us about some things that we can use to keep it clean and fresh and, inviting, to say the last.
I think it's important that she does that because so many women think that douching is where it's at.
Oh, no.
And it's so not healthy, ladies.
not.
Very
It's not healthy
1970s,
to keep
ladies.
douching, okay?
Nakea, tell us about yourself, and then tell us about your business, how you became a master vagician.
Absolutely. Okay, so
Vagician.
Detox is almost 3 years old, and it was important for me to get involved with something that could help me as well as my daughter. I was going through, once in my late 30s, I started going through all types of just problems, and I wanted to make sure that I was using things that were better for my body. Along with my doctor, we had to figure out what triggers were causing different things, and we got it all together. I went with the natural source. So this right here is a vaginal steaming packet. That's our Detox herbal steam treatment. That is what I began to use that's what I began to use to not only clear out and detoxify your uterus and vagina. I mean, it works wonders. Any type of problems that you may be having, if it's cramping, severe cramping from fibroids or endometriosis, things of that nature, PCOS as well. If you're thinking of going through a surgical option to kind of tighten up your vaginal area, how, us girls, the rejuvenation, yep. So this is a natural way to do it. You can do 1 to 2 treatments and snap that thing right back. It's important for women to know that there are healthy options out here. So not only for the vaginal steaming, but also just for cleansing, okay? So this right here is our fresh bar. Notice it's shaped like a heart.
Yes.
Love the V, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a herbal cleansing bar that's made specifically for the vaginal area.
Strictly for the vaginal area?
Strictly for the vaginal area.
Other part of the body?
Well, some ladies have been using it under their arms and even on their face for acne, but it was made specifically for
and
the
it's
V.
all natural?
All
Now,
natural.
when we say all natural, is it vegan free and all of that stuff?
It's a glycerin base, but it is a vegan glycerin base. It is chemical free. And no detergents, which is very important because if you're using what's on the store shelves at the local chain store, drugstore, you're basically using the equivalent to dishwashing liquid on your vagina.
Wow. But see, that's the education part. Because I was a woman who suffered from endometriosis. And like so many other women, I had the hysterectomy. And
I haven't had that yet, and
I
I
wish
suffer from
I would have waited. Because it wasn't too much education out there on the vagina, and I was
That's only the
sick.
quick fix.
Right.
That's only the quick fix. There's a lot of girls out here that are on birth control. I mean, when you look at what's being prescribed now with doctors, you're figuring birth control, antibiotics, as well as antifungal creams and pills. Those things are just helping with the symptoms of things. Birth control is barely being prescribed for birth control anymore. It's mainly being prescribed to control periods.
Well, I want to talk about the pH balance and getting the yeast infections. Like all of that, like this is so
we can
important
definitely talk about
to
that.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's cover some of the main things.
Okay.
Diet. number one. Okay. So if you're eating a lot of bread, eating a lot of sugar, you're going to have a lot more yeast build up in your digestive tract, which typically is already there.
Right.
So you have good bacteria, you have bad bacteria, and the bad bacteria loves the yeast.
Right.
Okay. So you have to watch out for your diet. You also have to watch out for what type of cleansers you're using, which is one of the main reasons why the Fresh Bar was created. You also have to be mindful of the laundry detergent that you're using. Also, the menstrual care products. So we have a wonderful herbal menstrual line that we use. No chemicals, chlorine free. It has all types of good ingredients in there. It's a agricultural gel that is used for the absorbency. It absorbs magnificent, even the heaviest of bleeders.
My
Can,
goodness.
yeah.
Where was all this at?
Yeah.
And how do you
There's
pronounce
so
this? What
many
is that called?
chemicals.
Lamo?
Limo herbal pads.
Lamo or
And there are so many chemicals, on average at least 50 chemicals in most sanitary
Okay, so
napkins
tell us-
that are on the market.
Now,
I'm
do you
so
have
happy you're
sanitary
here.
tampons as well? I mean,
We haven't selected an organic brand of tampons yet, but tampons should be always your second choice. But if you're going to use them more organic
I've
brand.
never,
Well, see,
in my
Something
life,
that's
I've
chlorine
never-
free, because you're figuring you are that tampons and most pads are made out of pulp, which is nasty, dirty, old paper and recycled stuff. So you have to be careful with it.
Even the panty liners?
Listen,
Really?
listen,
Oh my God,
even the
I'm learning
panty
so
liners.
much.
Yeah.
So what happens is all that stuff has to be bleached in order for it to look clean, even down to your toilet paper. That's another conversation that we can have. A lot of UTIs are starting to come from
see,
toilet
and
paper.
This is starting to make sense.
Right.
It's all starting to make
Think
sense.
about your
because
underwear,
I was the little
laundry
girl-
detergent,
well, I
perfumes.
don't
Not a
wear
good
them
thing.
Too often, but I was the little girl who couldn't wear the maxi pads because I broke out.
Yeah.
And so instantly,
It's because of the chemicals.
My mother assumed that since I couldn't wear the pads, I had to wear the tampons. And as a little girl, I was wearing tampons because I started my menstrual when I was like 9 or 10. And so for me, I understand now, since I'm a woman, where all of my feminine problems stem from.
Yes.
Listening to you.
Think about a baby diaper rash, same thing.
Wow.
Babies aren't being, irritated and broken out because of anything but the chemical reaction. It's not that they're wet all the time.
Right.
So same with us
And then
women.
it's a lot of like what you
That does
ingest,
answer a lot of
because I know we had talked
Absolutely.
about that. I learned from talking to some folks is that every morning I try to I fix myself a tea and I put like apple cider vinegar in it, ginger root, lemons, honey.
Wonderful.
Yeah, just so those things. And I think every day you drink that every day, then you kind of feel a little bit more better. And then it kind of if you're suffering from odors, that can help with that.
Well, a lot of the things women use to cover the odor is causing the odor.
Yeah.
So we have to talk about the difference between scent and odor. Every woman has a scent, and that's natural.
But
That's
the
to you,
hair-
and odor is the problem.
Right.
What would you say to like all of these newfangled things that they're doing, and
Brazilian wax.
The Brazilian wax, the sugaring, the Vagizzling with the
The crystals.
with the crystals, piercings when they want to pierce the hood and different things. I want to.
Clitoris.
Yes.
Women should be very careful with that, and it all comes down to hygiene too. A lot of times women don't know how to properly cleanse themselves, or they don't know anatomy.
What's the proper way to
Okay.
cleanse? Let's kill that demon right now. Because
So
it's a lot of
no
ones that need
soap,
to know.
no soap in your vagina.
None.
Okay?
None.
In
None.
it, what around it?
Well, this is where anatomy comes in.
Okay.
Because inside of your vagina is the canal. Your vagina is the canal.
Okay.
You're never going to put soap there.
That's true.
But you're going to lather and soap and cleanse your external areas, so your
Okay.
inner and outer labia and your vulva area.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the difference.
Okay.
So
But
no
then you
soap
still
in
got to
the
be
vagina.
careful with that too, because with soaps, that was my issue. And then my doctor says, well, stop leave the perfume soaps alone.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And
so-
even things like Dove, you should not use Dove. Dove can actually cause BV
Nakea,
in a major way.
I use olive oil. I'm good.
No, you're not.
So then what about, so then you're
now
saying
we
that
use
everybody-
argan oil soap. We were talking
yeah,
about
all
that.
natural soaps.
Yeah.
And,
Well, it depends
I'm
on the
really
ingredients.
Big on, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm really big on the big, huge bars. The big, huge.
Oh, the chunky bars.
The big chunky bars of soap. I get them from overseas, or we get them from England, but they're really big, and they say they're all natural. They smell all natural. You know, like it's not.
But
really,
it doesn't mean that it's vaginal safe. It means that it's
well, no,
okay
I
to
mean,
use it on
it's
your
okay,
body.
well, but see, I have different soaps for that.
Okay.
So I use a different soap for my, area and a different soap for my body. But there are some things that I like those bath bombs that I like to throw in my tub, which I'm being told now
Well,
are no good.
no, some of them are okay because it's really, the bath bomb is a chemical reaction. So we're talking about vinegar and we're talking about baking soda.
Okay.
So those things are
those are-
okay.
yeah.
It's the
Okay.
fragrances and sometimes the glitters
Like
and
cocoa
all
butter.
that type of
Yeah,
stuff
I
that
do.
could
I
be a
get
problem.
And I'm not
the
trying to throw
glitters.
nobody up under the bus, but my gynecologist told me years ago to stop using Bath and Body Works products as far as their soaps and their lotions on my skin because it was really doing me wrong in some areas. I mean, even boils on me and everything. And I was like, that can't be.
It's the synthetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the synthetics. In our bar, there's apple cider vinegar, baking soda,
Is it?
Can we open that and smell
rosemary.
it?
Yes, absolutely.
It's all those
chamomile.
oils.
It's
Well,
wonderful.
How can people find you if they want to go into this this realm? Because I look at this as part of our homeopathic, like.
Oh, yeah.
You give
holistic type
classes.
of,
You know how
Absolutely,
people
we
give
do
toy
home parties,
You
we
do
do home parties, we do all of
Okay.
that, yes. We do pop-up spa parties, we travel across the country.
So,
Oh
and then
my
is-
gosh,
Is this
this
what you were
smells so
doing
good.
before? Did you fall into this because of your problem?
I fell into this because of my
And
problems.
then you quit your job to do this full
Well,
time?
no, I have been a full-time entrepreneur since 2003.
Oh, all right now.
Someone
I
called
wouldn't
me like
mind
a
my
serial
JJ
entrepreneur.
smelling like this.
Yeah.
Well,
I
actually,
know,
it
this is
rinses
wonderful.
clean.
Yeah.
It rinses clean.
Yeah.
So once you rinse
Right.
it, the smell actually goes away.
Okay.
Kind of
All right.
like this.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's-
So if,
I
like
like
say,
that.
are there things, because,
Kills
you know,
yeast, kills bacteria.
right. So now if, you know, young ladies can't get these, what are some stuff that we can use that are probably in our kitchen or that
At-home
we can get at
remedies,
home? Yeah,
like
that
the
we can.
vinegar.
Well, exactly what we were speaking of, but you have to be careful because everything comes in doses. So probiotics is good to take, so even in yogurt. Drinking water, sometimes alkaline water is the best, with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar inside. That can be helpful as well. When you're bathing, no bubbles. No bubbles, no detergent.
No Calgon, take me away.
No.
No nada.
Calgon can't
Well,
take
can you
you
create
nowhere.
something natural?
We do have a V-bomb,
Okay.
which is a natural bath bomb.
Because I just can't. I
Does it
always
bubble
talk
up like
about
my
hot
regular
baths.
bubble bath?
No, but the water does turn pink.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, just
What about rose water? When people take fresh rose petals and things like that.
Well, actually, there's rose petals in our steam packets. You can see them right in there.
I just it smells
So
phenomenal.
this is what you put in your bath.
No,
No,
this is for the
this is
steaming.
going to be for steam. So I'll tell you guys real quick how you do it.
steam this?
You just boil water, you add your steam packet, let it steep for a few minutes, transfer it to a heat-safe bowl in the bottom of your toilet, sit over top, wrap yourself from the waist down, sit for a half hour. You will
you
feel
can do this at
amazing.
home?
Absolutely.
I'm doing it.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm doing
Absolutely.
You are just so amazing.
It
awesome.
tones, tightens, cleanses. It is amazing. It will even make the penises of the past go away.
I need that.
Yeah, I need that
Yeah,
too.
sign me up.
Clear it all out.
It
I
will
need
make them
that.
go away, really?
Listen,
They'll never call you again?
it'll reset your clock.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh,
And
I
will
can get
be
rid
buying
of
this.
that 16 years of heartache. of just, yeah, okay.
And the
great.
products are available. You can go right to our website, www.detoxyourbox.com.
V is in Victor, detox your box.
Dot com.
We're gonna do.
Yeah. Right, yes.
The top.
Right.
That's the V.
All right, y'all. So don't go anywhere. We're going to have more with Detoxing the V, the JJ, whatever you want to call it. Cookies. Yes. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with more
Your pocketbook.
Women's Talk Live. And welcome back to Women's Talk Live. Oh my gosh, we got so much information.
little packet
Yes,
here.
I need that because that right there. I need to get rid of some
Magic.
demons.
Magic.
This is get rid of some demons, honey. Right
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Right here.
This is the detoxification, the steam packet. Remember when you saw the Braxton girls do
Right.
it on their show? So this
Right.
is the V steam.
That'll
This
give
is
you
the
your
Vagician.
virginity back.
This is the Vagician who has been telling us some really good things about this little packet.
Exactly.
So it will not only tighten you up, ladies, it's going to straighten up your pH balance.
That's
and
correct.
it's going to get rid of all of those old casual boyfriends, vampires, people that you want to suck away out of your life.
Absolutely.
This is going to do it in 30 minutes.
Nakea,
Yes.
I want to know about the things that can throw off the pH balance.
Let's talk about sex.
Oh!
Both protected and unprotected can throw off your pH balance. Semen is a huge culprit. So some women notice reactions within hours of having
He got
intercourse.
funky spunk and you be allergic to it.
So when exactly, it's an allergic reaction
It's an
sometimes
allergic
that women have.
reaction. I know I've had that in a relationship in the past
So-
where I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other times it could be the condom and lubricant that you're
Yes,
using. So go
yes.
for a more organic type of lubricant. Go for non-lubricated condoms and use your own organic lubricant on top. And
Now,
then
you
water
said that
soluble.
this isn't just for women, that men can use
Oh,
this as well.
absolutely. They can
that
use it
because
to-
it's in a heart man don't mean that it's
Yeah,
just
right.
strictly for women.
They can use it to clean bacteria off of their penis before having intercourse.
Okay.
I like that.
Yes, remove bacteria
that.
because partners can transfer bacteria back and forth to each other.
Well, yes. We all know that.
So a lot of times we think
All right.
STDs, but
Yeah.
just germs.
Just
Germs.
germs. Yeah.
Just germs.
Okay.
Yes.
And then this here
That is our
the-
overnight Herbal Pad. Absolutely amazing. No skin irritation, chlorine free, super absorbent. I mean,
And then you
I did a
list all of
video.
these amazing
Yes.
Yeah,
ingredients on the
ingredients on the
side.
back.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did a video where I put almost 6 ounces of hot tea onto one of those pads, and it still could hold more. And I wrung it out and everything. It locks it.
Okay.
So you were saying something. I know we're running out of time.
Yeah.
But I want you to tell us real quick.
Okay.
When you say when we do this, how we do it at home
Mm-hmm.
is we take the packet.
Yeah, you're gonna boil water.
Okay.
Once the water's boiled, you're going to empty the packet in, let it steep like tea. Then you're going to transfer it to a heat-safe bowl in the bottom of your toilet.
So you put this inside your teapot then.
No, just in a regular pot, whatever you're boiling the water in.
Oh,
Sassy.
okay.
And you,
Now you know ain't no regular teapot can handle that pot down there. You need to stop playing.
And it comes with full instructions too.
It comes with
Oh,
full
cool.
instructions.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because you take
So
the
when
bowl,
customers
she said you
order it-
take
The lady
bowl.
said take a pot. She ain't say no teapot, and you know can't no
She
teapot
said
sit down
take a
there.
pot. Okay, you take a pot, you put it in there, then you transfer it to a heat
Yeah,
safe bowl.
right.
But the bowl has to be big enough so that it won't fall into your toilet, right?
No, a medium size, a bowl even this size is
yeah.
perfectly
Oh, so
okay.
you just sit it in the
Yep.
toilet.
Yep.
Steam comes up.
And the water, when you pour the water in, it weights the bowl down. So you're
Right.
just sitting right over top, legs open,
And then
you're draped
Draped.
with a
So put
blanket or heavy sheet.
towel or something
Yep.
on it.
oh, okay.
And you
All
sit
right.
there for 30 minutes.
Yes.
And the sensation will be like what? Really
Mainly
quick, so-
condensation.
Okay.
Mhm. You'll feel like
Will
dripping.
that help with
and,
orgasms?
and this process,
Hey!
All right, on that note, we gotta wrap up. We gotta wrap up because that's a whole nother show. Thank you so much. Yeah, real quick.
www.detoxyourbox.com.
All right.
Detoxyourbox.com.
All right, y'all. So our final thought of the day is never trade temporary pleasure for permanent regret, unless you have one of these.
Exactly.
We'll remove all permanent regret.
Exactly.
Money shot.
And this will give you some good pleasure.
All right, y'all. This is Women's Talk Live with your girl April J.
SassyScribe.
And Tyra Hill.
And thank you,
Thank
Nakea,
you.
for coming in. And catch us next time on Women's Talk Live.
Yes.